I'm a bit confused. Did the Gauntlet start last week or this week with the Ravens?
Here we go, Steelers! Here we go!
G'day, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Like, I'm serious. We keep talking about this Gauntlet and then the match is coming up. It was the Commanders, Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns, Phillies in there, Chiefs coming up. There's like 9 games to go. Steelers are in a very, very good position to, win the AFC North. If they beat the Ravens this week, it's going to be crazy. Like, this is one of the ones where, like my previous video, I want the Ravens fans to shut the F up. Like, this is their good team versus our good team coming into our house. Let's get the job done. AFC North football. But I saw the game yesterday with the Eagles versus Commanders. And the Eagles won 26-18. And everyone's talking about the Gauntlet and the AFC North war zone. And I'm like, did it start last week? Like, are the Commanders a good side? Or is it coming up right now? Either way, you got to play them. So let's look into this Gauntlet inspired by Sega, whatever it is. Here it is. Alrighty, Steelers ticked off the list. That was Commanders last week, and last night the Eagles beat the Commanders 26-18. Jaden Daniels 191, 6 average, 1 TD, 1 interception, 3 sacks. Jalen Hurts 18-28, 221, 7.9, and 2 sacks. So the Eagles won that game to hold first in the NFC East. But that's all I've been hearing is this NFL Gauntlet, and I think Cameron Hayward has been saying a lot on his podcast at the start of the year in terms of schedule. You don't choose who you got to face. And the Steelers face the AFC North every single year. And last year they went 5-1. This year, of course, I think it's going to be tough games with the Browns because they always play us tough. And they also are trying to play spoiler. But the match coming up in 2 days' time, Steelers versus Ravens, going to be absolutely crazy. And this idea of the Gauntlet, like, I just want my team or our team, the Steelers, to keep doing what they're doing, showing up on offense, playing physical defense. I think they can get to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's like 1-3 against the Steelers. Derrick Henry, I was just watching, by the way. Shout out to Steel Curtain Network. I was watching Dave Schofield talk about how Derrick Henry is 0-3 against us. If our team shows up, like dead set, shows up and plays physical. I think Jalen Warren could be out too. I'm not too sure if Corey Trice coming back from injury. We know Highsmith is out, but I think Jalen Warren is questionable. So in terms of this Gauntlet, we don't get to choose who we face, right? And the bloke from the other day, that Australian guy who had the Commanders number 6, 7, and 8, and the Commanders lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. These power rankings don't mean too much. And the Gauntlet, we can only choose who we have in front of us. So Steelers have beaten Commanders. Big match versus Baltimore Ravens. By the way, going to be a real quick turnaround too. Baltimore Ravens, we versus them Sunday 1 p.m. And then 5 days later, we play the Browns. But the Steelers can't overlook the next game. And I talked about in a video yesterday or the day before. I was like, we need to make sure that the Ravens have all their pieces. I want a healthy Raven team. I want a Lamar Jackson. I want the injuries and everyone for the Ravens to be 100%. So when the Steelers do go and kick some bum or beat them, that the Ravens fans can't use any excuses. And I don't want to hear any flags on either side that a flag goes towards the Ravens fans or goes towards Steelers fans. I want a clean game. I want Lamar Jackson. I want Lamar Jackson at his best. I want Derrick Henry at his best. I want everyone at their best, And I know there's some key matchups too. You've got Russell Wilson versus the secondary. Secondary is like 32nd. You've got our linebackers versus the running game. Can they stop that? Apparently, they're getting like 180 yards per game rushing, and we're allowing 70. So there's some things like that where this is going to be old school Steelers versus Ravens football. But both teams have to show up. If the Ravens don't show up, I can see the Steelers winning by 7, 8, 10, maybe 13 points. If the Steelers don't show up and the Ravens start to get a bit of a lead where they're getting seven down the field and we're getting 3 and outs and offense can't move the ball down the field, they're not finding GP or Frymouth. But I don't expect that. I expect Russell Wilson to find Pickens, to find Mike Williams, to improve on what that crazy catch was. The one TD, the one catch, the one target, and he got a TD to win the game. He's going to improve on that. So with this game, there's going to be physical hitting. Elliott was a former Raven. Jeremiah Moon, former Raven. They've got Arthur Millette. We got, who's another bloke we got? Patrick Queen. They've got Deontay Johnson. A lot of Steelers are going back and forth between the Steelers team and the Ravens. Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh, Wang Harbs, they've been, I think they're 30-second matchup or something similar over the 17 years. Both these teams know each other. All we got to do is play very physical football, sound football, and get after it. And I think TJ Watt's going to have a game. Make sure that we can pressure Lamar Jackson to not get him to escape the pocket and make moves with his feet and finding receivers downfield like Likely or Zay Flowers or whoever. Minka can hopefully keep doing what he's doing, is put a lid on things. He's not allowing the big plays. Some fans out there are like, where's Minka? Minka's a bust. He's playing terrible. Minka's getting everyone organized in that sense. JPJ, keep your hands kind of free and not getting any penalties. But I think he can lock down one of their receivers, Flowers or whoever. I'm not too worried about the Steelers losing this game, right? In reality, this game right now could be decided by 3 points, 4 points, 6 points. Can Justin Tucker hit a 50-yard field goal in Heinz Field? Chris Boswell right now between those two, we've got the edge. Russell Wilson is on a bit of a heater right now, 3-0, and he's so pumped up. Go and watch Russell Wilson with his Twitters or his Instagram or Facebooks. He's got like a media team grabbing all different kinds of Pittsburgh Steelers highlights, and he's firing up Steeler Nation. Like, he is so far checked in. Listen to him on ESPN. He was talking to I can't remember her name. It was an interviewer that he talks to all the time from CBS or ESPN, whatever it was. He was talking to her. It was fantastic, like for a half an hour. Just so checked into the city, so consumed by like Steelers everything. He loves Mike Tomlin. He loves the defense. He talks about how that he called up Cameron Hayward, TJ Watt, Minka, and had conversations for hours and hours, learning about the Steelers and how they do things and why should I come to the Steelers. And he was talking to Tomlin for hours, and now he's here that he's our quarterback, 3-0. So the big thing for me is, will Warren come back to be healthy? I don't know if he's in or out of this game, but if we can run the rock consistently and keep our offense on the field and keep Lamar Jackson off the field and not allow them to have time possession, get them frustrated, we could win this game 13-10. We could win this game 17-10, right? But in terms of the gauntlet, did it start last week? Like a Washington football team, are they a good side? Like, has it started last week? Or do we have to beat the Ravens to get total respect? And then to a certain point, if you beat the Ravens, what excuse will they use? That's what I'm waiting for. Steelers beat the Ravens, and we're going to hear some excuse come out of bloody nowhere. All righty, Steeler Nation, you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm getting fired up. I'll see you guys probably in 1 or 2 days. We'll do a live stream. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. It might be one of our biggest live streams of the year. I'll see you later.